Hi, it's Jason in Jason's Jungle. Apios Americana, American Groundnut, Hopniss, the Rosary plant, Indian potato bean. These are all the same plant, so let's go and have an introduction to it. These are the tubers for my Apios Americana. As you can see, it's called the Rosary plant, is one of the other names, because they're spread out on the roots like a rosary. Now these nuts aren't nuts, they're actually a type of bean, hence the name potato bean. They get nice pinky, browny, reddy flowers that look a little bit like wisteria, and you know, you can sometimes get beans off them, but I haven't. These growths here, these are the 1 year growths, so this is what it'll put out in 1 year. Now they don't look that big, but when they've been in the soil, you put them back in the second year, they get bigger. So you can get some quite bigger ones after a second year or even a third year's growth. Now each of these little ones will grow and put more than one string of roots down. It likes moist soil, but it can cope with a bit of drought now and then. It can go in poor soil because it is a legume, and if you've got the tubers and they've been inoculated, then you know it'll have the capability of fixing its own nitrogen. The climbers, so I'm planting mine right next to the hedge in buckets, which will be kept on a weekend supply of water to keep them moist. And apart from that, you just leave them to themselves. After, it may take a couple of years to start getting a good harvest off them, but once they're going, you'll have stages of the last year's 2 year old or 3 year old all the way along, so you should then be able to just harvest the large ones and replant all the small ones. So that's this area now planted up. You see I've got my potatoes in buckets on the right and left. First 7 are my King Edwards, second 7 on the right are my red Heidies, and the 7 on the left are my fir apples, pink fir apples. But when we get right to the back, you can see I've got this 4-place trough right next to the hedge. Now this should allow them to grow up and into the hedge. Now the tubers are what you want from these, and what you do is you use them a bit like potatoes. They've got to be cooked to get rid of enzymes that are undigestible, but you can boil them, mash them, fry them. Apparently the best if you parboil them first and then bake them or roast them. As well as the 4 outdoor plants, I decided to stick one in the corner of my polytunnel, see how it does in here. So that's got quite a few tubers in, all these buckets have. I basically divided what I harvested by 5, and I've got some that I'll be taking home with us and trying. Okay, so that's 5 30-litre tubs of Apios Americana planted, and 4 outside, 1 is in the polytunnel, and I have a bunch of tubers that I will be taking home and seeing if I can manage not to poison myself. I'll probably not video that because I have no idea what I'm doing, but it gives us some idea for later on in the year, come autumn when I harvest these tugs, and should have a decent harvest, because if all those small tubers bulk up, I should have quite a few large tubers and enough smaller tubers to plant out again next year. Okay, so if you like this, click like, subscribe, leave comments below, ask any questions you can, and I will see you on the next video.